What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 162. And I'm joined by a man with many names. He is the kid, he is the energy drink king himself. It's my good brother here, Vinny Pacifico. What's going on, brother?
Thank you for having me. Very appreciated. Feel great. Things are going really well. Happy to be on.
No, thank you again. This is definitely something we've been trying to make happen for a while.
Yep.
So I'm glad we could finally sit down here and have the conversation. But before I get into everything, because you do have a lot going on, there's a lot of big things happening, a lot of things that we want to talk about. So before we get into that, I have to ask you, you heard the name of the podcast. It's called Respect the Craft. So
Yep.
for you, when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
So I think of the craft as wrestling because this is a wrestling podcast. So I think that respect the craft is respect the ring, respect what we do, respect the hard work and commitment that we put into pro wrestling. That to me, what I would think. That's that.
There you go.
Am I right?
No, hey, it's to your interpretation. Whatever you feel, that's what I always love to hear. Whatever for the person, what they feel like when they hear that term. Because again, it's so loosely. Again, the craft can mean many things to you. That's your definition right there. So let's get into it. Because again, in your craft, there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot of insane opportunities, a lot of things coming. So let's get into this one. A match you just had recently as well, being a part of this event right here. How is this for you? Again, a huge opportunity there. It's no secret with the history that goes with Jake Chris. So
very, very fun. Jake was incredible. Very knowledgeable, very, very fun weekend. Actually, that was. I rode out there with Eli Isom, and we had a really fun trip. Tri-State Wrestling, very good company, great people who run the company. Love them to death. They're great people. They love wrestling. That's so important when you run a company. Jake's awesome. Match was really fun. The crowd was great. The venue they have is actually really cool. They have it's like a mini arena. Very cool arena. And it was just a really cool night. And I really had a blast wrestling Jake. I would love to do it again.
Gotcha. No, again, and that feel like it was just almost the start. Because again, the opportunities are coming and coming again. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
It's the start. You're right.
That was the start that again, from there, it was announcement after announcement. So we're going to get into that in a little bit.
Yep.
But before we get into that, I do want to ask this question. Because usually everyone asks people, oh, so what is it that got you into the fandom? What is it that got you into the love for wrestling? But for me, I always like to ask, what was it for you, that moment that made you decide, not only do I enjoy watching this, but now I want to be a part of this?
I went to the what's the arena? The Brooklyn Nets arena.
Oh, the Barclays.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dad for WWE Live. It was Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. Live event, non-televised, one of those deals. Very good show. Bryan finished the match. Usos came out, helped Bryan like get the big pop at the end. You know how that goes, and they need to get the big ovation at the end.
Yeah.
After the show, he went around, gave all the fans high fives. Right. My dad goes, "Oh, my dad's always pushing me to do cool things. Oh, go do it. You know what I mean?" So I'm running down the stairs. I jump over this thing, land on the floor, and I put my hand out. Just to I couldn't see anything. But I was a bunch of fans there, by the entranceway, and he gave me a high five. Like, damn, I love that. That was so cool. And the fan in me was just, I was at awe. I was in awe. I was awesome. A month later, I believe, I go to New York City with my father and my dad's friend's son to a meet and greet, Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
I said, hey, I was like 13. I said, I want to wrestle. I love this. I want to do this. He said to me, you go for it. If you love something, you do it. Ever since then, that was it. A year later, started wrestling. And I saw him earlier this year at AEW, shook his hand, and I just thanked him, because he's the reason why I'm doing this. He inspired me. Him and Kurt Angle, two people who inspired me beyond anybody else. And I have a lot to thank them because they've made such an impact in my life.
Gotcha. No, and again, that's a perfect moment there just to be able to, especially years later, now say, hey, not only were you an inspiration, but now I'm right here. I'm getting to have this opportunity to be around, and just thank you for that as well.
I don't
So
think he knows who I am or why I thanked him, but I just wanted to extend that to him because it was just really cool.
it's more for you. It's at that
Yeah,
moment now you being able to know, hey, it's that perfect like full circle moment in a sense.
yep.
So let's keep going here. Let's talk about a match you're going to be having this weekend. Actually, as it was announced, you're going to be a part of
Oh hell yeah.
Label Pros event here, as it's going to be Brogan Finley, Crash Jackson, Vinny Pacifico, and Trey Lamar all going head to head here. So
It,
your thoughts going into this
yeah,
4-way?
stoked. That's gonna be a hot fire match. It's gonna be nonstop. All the talents are amazing. I love Brogan Finley. He's one of my favorite people in wrestling. It's gonna be a great match, and I encourage everyone who's watching to go on Fight TV and watch that match because that will be a great show. That show is stacked. So I don't think there's any style of wrestling that won't be presented on that show.
Yeah. And that's going to be this Saturday. But then let's start talking about, again, some upcoming ones. Again, the announcements are coming, but
Yep.
this is one that I know We Are Wrestling wanted me to talk about as well. So let's get into this. We Are Wrestling announcing this past weekend. It's going to be you and Chris Barton on Friday night, September the 8th. It's going to be, I believe, a first time ever match of both of you guys coming from the NYC area, both of you guys young up and comers that, again, major ways, and now definitely making your marks on the industry here. So your thoughts going into this one at We Are Wrestling?
Chris is awesome. I've known that kid for years, watched him grow. We both grew together. It's just I love that kid, and I hope that this is gonna be a good match. And I'm hoping that it's just everything that we think it is gonna be. Because I know it will be, but it's a full circle moment for both of us too. Because him and I have always been people who I always DM him, he'll DM me, and just keep like encouraging each other. Keep killing it, keep doing good. You know what I mean? We always would go back and forth and be like, "Oh, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud." You know what I mean? Back and forth. It's always like we're always pushing each other to go farther and do better. And he did the same with me. I did the same with him. So it's really cool to wrestle him, and I'm really excited for that. It's gonna be awesome.
Gotcha. No, definitely. Again, that's one of those, getting to see both of you coming up through the ranks, coming through everything, and now to see where you both are. It's definitely going to be a sight to see on September the 8th. So definitely, guys, make it out.
Care about as a person too. He's a very good person. That goes a long way with me. With me, I love good wrestlers, but if you're a good person too, like inside and out, like if you have a good heart and good intentions, like he does, I love that type of person.
There you go. So now let's talk about this. We're talking wrestling here, but let's talk about something. Again, there's a reason not only did I called you the kid, but I called you the energy drink king. Let's talk about this, because something, again, another special thing happened recently as well, and we have this lovely graphic to show here.
Yep.
So let's talk about that. Where did this love for the energy drink come, and then specifically that love for Bang as well? So where did all this come from?
So I've always been like a caffeine person. I got into that a couple years ago, and I drink a lot of energy drinks. And I'm sure you can tell I'm very energetic. I'm very fast. I'm from New York too. We're very fast here, but I'm very fast. I'm very quick to So I just love energy drinks, and I'm in the car. I got a call from AC3. He goes, "Dude, you love energy drinks. Why the hell don't you make that a part of your wrestling? Like you need more." Like at the time I was just a kid. I just had no really gimmick. I had something small like going, but it wasn't what I am now. What I am now, I'm evolved. I grew to something that's can't even explain it. It's crazy how cool it is. But once I started doing that, I started doing the energy drink thing. I started doing these skits with people who like. It's just fun content to grow each other, character work, fun stuff for fans to watch. It's just good content, It's just different scenarios of Vinny Pacifico with energy drinks and just, whatever. But within 7 or 8 months starting that gimmick, I had a show in Oregon with Chris Brady. I used the energy drink in the match. The clip went viral. I got an email from Bang that week, and that was it. That was it. Somehow they saw it, hit me up, and that was it. And I am so grateful for that because the company Bang, they're just amazing people, amazing message, and just I love what they believe. And we hustle hard. The group chats push each other going, like emails and stuff. We're like, oh, we're doing good. We're just always following up, and it's just very positive and very motivating. and to give you the opportunity to have a sponsorship like that big of a sponsorship, and not be a signed talent yet, or so it's just really, really cool to do that on my own,
No, and again, and that shows again just what you're willing to do and what this persona has become, and almost just again the tagline, just everything again, like you said, those clips we've seen you with there, like Alex Hammerstone in there, with Sue Young, with the likes of Darius Carter, who again you would not think would be very into something like that, and you just see how it works.
So. One of his favorite ones to nag for an energy drink. Hammerstone, amazing, love him too. If you get him on the show, he's great. But yeah, no, I've had so much fun with these skits and these drink stuff, and I don't see an end to it. I just love doing it. They're freaking, I think they're pretty funny,
No, it works. And definitely, again, it's entertaining to see. It's something where you get in there, and then also again, it's just helped out to enhance the gimmick. I wouldn't even say it is the gimmick itself, but it's enhancing, adding something to that evolution. Because again, I've definitely knowing you throughout the years, getting to see that evolution here. I'm definitely happy to see where you're going. And again, getting into these two next matches we're going to talk about is definitely well deserved. So let's get into that.
Oh, sorry, no, I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I like to highlight other talents as well with this because I noticed these. They get a lot of views, these videos and stuff, and I feel like getting other talent spotlights and followers or just views and stuff really help people out. And I love giving back to people too. You do this funny video with me, we do this fun content. I want you to get some benefits too, and that's what we do. That's why I try to help people out too. So I feel like with wrestling, giving back is just so important to
definitely
your peers, your friends, people you care about. Just helping people out is just so important to me, and that's something I want to always push to everybody coming up in wrestling. Always be somebody who people could look to for advice, and real advice, genuine advice. So I'm always looking to help people out, and it's just some people aren't. So I just always feel like I should be somebody who is.
Yeah, gotcha. And definitely, again, it's the right way to look at it, because it's one of those where it's always better to be able to pay that back. Again, help the next generation, and also just help the business itself, instead of being one that's like, again, you see the opportunity there that, hey, this is catching buzz, this is doing something. Why not share it with others? And hey, we can all win. So that's the best thing. So there you go. So now let's get into this. These are definitely, again, it's paying off because now we're getting to even more opportunities here. Let's get into this one, because this was a huge announcement when I saw it here, as you'll be facing Alex Shelley on September 10th, and will be FWE Reload. It's going to be also for that coveted Impact World Championship. It would have just been, again, it's a stoked opportunity just for it to be you versus Alex Shelley. But now think of it is also for that coveted Impact World Championship.
Rematch for me.
Your thoughts on all that? Not only the match with Shelley, but now the opportunity. And hey, that's the top prize in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
So
I was once the promoter hit me up at that match, I was dumbfounded. Alex is someone I want to see for a long time. He is one of the best in the world, and to get the opportunity to wrestle him for that title and for FWE North Carolina, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm very excited for that. I'm very grateful for that opportunity to be someone giving me the ball to say, hey, listen, Vinny, I want you to have this match, kill it, see what you can do. And it's just so, and again, that's a dream match for me because it's Alex Shelley. He's one of the best in the world in wrestling. He's one of the best wrestlers in the whole world, So I'm going to, I've been train my ass off, get myself in the best shape possible, and kill it,
There you go. And again, it's not been something where, again, this has been one of the insane opportunities, because like we talked about, you got in there with Jake Chris, but also you've gotten in there with the likes of Rocky Romero. You've gotten in the likes there of indie veterans like Azrael. Like, it's been coming, and you've been building that. It's insane to see. Like, it's building this list here of just names and names they've gone to share the ring with. So, So now from that, this was just announced on Sunday. When I saw this, I was like, we definitely have to talk about this. As at Pro Wrestling Magic, it will be Vinny Pacifico going head to head with Bobby Fish. And again, I can imagine when you're looking at the list of people you're facing, especially the era of wrestling that you, again, must have loved to get to face someone like Bobby Fish, how is that for you?
Bobby is somebody who I watched a lot coming up in wrestling when I was like 15, 16. Like I would go to indie shows and see him, or Ring of Honor and see him, and it was just really always cool to pick his brain. I had a chance to drive him to an airport after a show once, pick his brain then. I was like 17, when this was happening. And to be able to watch him go to WWE after that, and then AEW, and just do all these really, really cool things and win championships, it's full circle to wrestle him because of how much I've learned from him and how cool it is to, to just see how I watched him at an indie show learning. I was like 16 years old learning, like just getting started. My first year in, being at these shows, watching and just studying what he does, because I love wrestling. I love pure wrestling. I love grappling. I love technical wrestling. I love that stuff. And he's very, very good at that. So from that to getting able to take him to the airport after a show, like, hey, Vinny, we need you to take him to the airport. No problem. I love getting back. And then to now, to where it's full circle, to where he's now taking indie dates, and now I get to wrestle them at Magic. Somewhere, one of my favorite places to wrestle also, somewhere I call home. And for Magic to trust me with that match is, again, very, very important to me, special to me, and I'm going to make the most of that opportunity and effing kill it, like I said.
There you go. No, definitely. And I can't wait to see that. Again, just the match is coming. So now we talked about confirmed matches, but I want to talk about this. Is there, I can imagine one. I know there's definitely that one person that's going to be on the top of the list, but is there a list, a name that you would love to face in there? I can imagine Bryan Danielson's the automatic. Like we can all, that's no secret there. But is there anyone else that it's like outside of Bryan Danielson that you would love to be able to share that ring with? Again, something that's not already in the talk, something like that, but just a name you can give us here that you'll love to face.
Now, is this person active?
Yeah, something that would be a possibility that could happen.
Okay.
So be it someone, even if it's an AEW person, but just someone that could be possibly used at a independent event.
Great question. Great question, actually.
We throw it out there just so, again, we never know who's watching, but possibly a promoter be like, okay,
great question.
Let's see what we can do.
Let me see. If it's one person I'm picking, I would have to say, wow, that's a good one. Jon Moxley.
Okay.
Matt Cardona.
Okay.
They're tied.
There you go.
Matt Cardona. He is somebody who he's my other dream match. He really is. Somebody I've watched since a kid as well, and I love his gimmick. I love his personality. I love his, he brings Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all these things into his wrestling. And I love that. I love that. I drink energy drinks in my wrestling. I love doing other things with wrestling and being able to make it more.
Have that merge, have that true, like, it's not just this. It's like, okay, we can have a little bit of everything mixed into it. So
he's the best at that. This weekend, I had a match in San Jose. I used the bang can. I did a crossface, the crossface, but with the bang can.
Oh, there you go.
So, I'm finding ways to just implement energy drinks into everything. I gave a spine buster on a bang cans, or spit bang in someone's face.
There you go. Again, it's adding it. It's mixing it in. One of the last shows I saw you all with you and Osito in there. Osito trying to drink the bang, and it's like he's already energetic as is, and that just, it adds something. It adds an element to it that you love to see.
You get it. And I love it. I love it because you get it. You understand.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Again, both of those would definitely be interesting, especially the contrast of styles. That definitely would be a fight in there with Mox. With Matt Cardona, you definitely would see more of that character work. You get to see how you two would mesh in there. And then also just to be able to see what that video would be, because you guys definitely would have to film something. Oh, we saw a little teaser of it today. You posted one today that was like, could it be? And then it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly. I love him with Matt because I think he has amazing ideas. And that's something important in wrestling too, having good ideas and being able to think outside the box. And someone I wanted to put over real quick, someone who was very, very good with ideas and thinking outside the box is Philip Stamper. He is somebody who's helped me out tremendously in my career with ideas. Everything. That guy, he's so underrated. He should be he should be everywhere, in my opinion. He's a manager. He's everything. He's literally everything. He's a wrestler. Everything. He can do anything you need him to do, and he can do it great. And I think he's somebody who should be everywhere.
Definitely. Shout out to Phil. Again, we had him on the show,
Oh, you have?
I believe 2 weeks ago. We had him on the show. So great mind. Definitely a great conversation. Definitely something I have to do a part 2 with. But Vinny, again, this is also going to need to be a part 2 because I don't want to take up too much more of your time here. I want to start wrapping this up. But brother, before I let you go, I have one final question I do want to ask. For Vinny Pacifico, what is the end goal?
The end goal is being able to support a family through pro wrestling, being able to create a legacy, create something that's worth everything that I'm doing. Contract, whether it be AEW, WWE, that's the end goal for me. Being able to do this full time for a living, making money where I could support a family. Take care of people who've helped me in my life. My mother, my father, my father-in-law. Take care of people who I love. That's what I'm wrestling.
There you go. Again, even in something like that, it's still that giving back mentality, and still again to have that betterment there. So that's awesome to hear, brother. Thank you again for joining us here. Please, if everyone that's watching, don't forget to go follow Vinny as well. Follow his journey. See the amazing things that are coming up, and amazing things that will be coming up that again we can't talk about yet, but you're gonna want to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Go to Instagram right there. Go follow him at Vinny Pacifico right there. Follow him on Twitter at Vinny Pacifico 1. And again, stay tuned for more amazing content, amazing videos, and you never know what else could be happening. To everyone watching, please don't forget to always be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.